Hi, welcome to our long-term test review of the Grylls Gerber multi-tool compact. So this is it. You can see it's extremely small. It's just over a couple of inches in size, as you can see here, just over a couple of inches. It's very, very small, but it actually weighs a fair amount for its size, and I think that's just due to the number of tools it's packed in. There's a lot of metal work going on in here. So it's quite a weighty thing to have on your keyring, but in a way that's sort of a reassuring weight. It's not going to sort of break easily. You can see it's got a little attachment point here for your keyring, so you can just put it straight onto a keyring. Its primary feature as a multi-tool is the fact that it turns into a pair of Needlenose pliers. So you can see here it turns easily into a pair of Needlenose pliers. You can see that it's very, very fine. So great for fine work, electrical, whatever you need to do with it. It's got a pair of wire cutters here, and you could use them to strip as well, I guess. If you turn it over, you can see you've got a little Bear signature on it there. So obviously that's the little nod to Bear Grylls on this. You've got a little gripping point here. Now it's quite thin, so I wouldn't say it would stand up to much abuse in the sense of, you know, it wouldn't stand up to much abuse in the sense of turning anything particularly stiff. So, you know, nuts and bolts that are rusted together or whatever, it's not really going to stand up to, but it's not really what it's for. It's Needlenose pliers. It's better for delicate work. So that's its main feature. In addition to that, you've got two blades. They are marked, so as you can see here, blade and serrated. So that's so you don't get obviously the wrong one, because that would be frustrating. You'd have to. There it is. So this is the blade. It's 1.75 inches, so it's a UK legal carry, and it's a slip joint. So you know it just collapses. It's not locking. So yeah, it's a legal carry item. It's reasonably sharp. It, you know, holds an edge. I wouldn't say it's particularly easy to get to a razor sharp, but it's sharp enough, you know, for basic cutting. You know, sharpening pencils, tinder, cutting rope, whatever you need to do with it. It's reasonable. The only complaint with it, I guess, is that the bulk of the body when you're using it is quite awkward. You know, you've got this big fat body there. The weight's a bit funny on it, you know, because it wants to tip back all the time with the weight. So it's not the best, but it is what it is. In a pinch, does the job. On the other side, you've got serrated. So pull that out. Obviously, this one gets a lot less use. It's mainly for cutting man-made materials, plastic, nylon rope, anything like that, really. But yeah, a lot less use. Probably hardly use that, to be honest, but it's there if you need it. In addition, it has a decent selection of tools. So this is the best one. This one is a mini Phillips. It's got kind of an ingrain inset here, so it sort of works a bit like a Phillips head, and it does work really well. And it also fits a lot of things. It's a good size, so a lot of the screws you will see in everyday life will fit this. Christmas time, this multi-tool saw loads of use, putting batteries into toys. So obviously you have to unscrew the little box that holds the batteries. Saw a lot of use with that. So that's very, very good. Really well designed, and exactly the right size for most jobs. In addition, you have got bottle opener and a large flat blade screwdriver. That's another good feature to have. And then we move round to this one. So this one is a mini screwdriver, mini flat blade, and that again is great, really, really good. This one fits the smaller size screws that you get on the toy battery boxes, so it's very, very handy to have around again. Any kind of small jobs like that, fantastic, really good. Use this one a lot. It's also got, if I can get it out. Some tweezers. So not the easiest ones to use because you've obviously got this body here, but you know, they're fine for getting a splinter out or whatever you need to do with it. Good to have around, you know, if you need to get the splinter out, as I say, good to have that facility. So yeah, it's fairly feature packed, this multi-tool, and I like the size of it. You know, I'm not a massive fan of multi-tools overall. You know, certainly when you're in the wilderness, you don't use them that often because you normally want a sort of a fixed blade knife for, you know, chopping firewood or making feather sticks or whatever it may be, making camp. You'd use a proper fixed blade. So you know, there's very few tasks where you need to screw things together in the wild, but it's useful to have it. But in an urban situation, at work or at home or around the house, great to have. And these make a lot more sense to me. Multi-tools make a lot more sense in an urban environment, and they're great for everyday carry because they just solve the little jobs that you'd be otherwise hunting around the house for a screwdriver for. So this one's very good. I don't want a giant multi-tool to carry around because they're just too bulky, but this one's great. It sits in your keyring and it's there when you need it, and it's got most tools you would ever need in a day-to-day sort of activities. So yeah, really good. Overall, I'd give it, you know, I'd rate it highly. For the money, I think it's pretty good. Obviously, there's plenty of multi-tools available on the market. This is just the one I've had for a long time. Still going strong. No major problems with it. It's got a few scuffs in the metal, but that's just because it's been sat on my keyring so much. You can see it's had some use. Done plenty of DIY jobs with it. As I say, I've used the screwdrivers over and over and over. It still looks good. It's still solid. Still, you know, no problems with it. Nothing's broken. Overall, I really like this. I think it's a great piece. Gerber build quality. So yeah, really pleased with it. So you can follow the link below if you want to go over and get one. Otherwise, thanks a lot for listening.